This is a really efficient production hack that I learned from a Grammy nominated producer. A couple of days ago, I read this comment on my video and it was basically just asking the best way to get good at music production. I attended this songwriting conference. It'd nearly be like 2 years ago now. And one of the seminars that I attended was hosted by a Grammy nominated producer, Barney McCall. He taught me this really great way of coming up with musical ideas. And it's something that I use every single day to this day, nearly 2 years later. He had this concept called 10 in 10. You're going to come up with 10 musical ideas in 10 minutes. He said that this is the way that some of the best professionals in LA come up with ideas without overthinking them. So basically you just want to set a timer on your phone for 1 minute. And in that whole minute, you just want to get down a musical idea as quickly as possible without thinking about it at all. This really just gives you no time to hesitate and you just execute the first idea that comes to your mind. But then when the minute's up, you just want to bounce that idea, render it out in audio, just put it into like a folder for the day. At the end of the day, you'll have 10 musical ideas and you can go back and arrange them and tweak them just slightly. I take this thing with a grain of salt. I love to create ideas very quickly, but 1 minute is a little bit too short for me. So sometimes, I'll spend like 10 minutes. It just gives me a little bit more time to go a little bit more in depth. When we're creating art, we tend to overthink a lot, and it's generally just the most simple things that are the most effective. Don't get me wrong, of course, there's going to be some bad ideas in the 10 ideas that you come up with, but generally speaking, you'll have a lot of ideas that are nearly there. You can just come back to those later and tweak them, or you can put them on your phone and go and listen to them when you're driving in your car or while you're riding your bike or going for a walk. And just being in a different environment, listening to these things, you'll start to get ideas on how you can finish these melodic ideas. So yeah, these are the general guidelines that I follow on a day-to-day basis. And I've only just realized that after around 2 years, it's something that I've been doing really regularly, and it's helped me have a really high output, and with that comes a lot of quality as well. And then essentially at the end of the day, you may have 10 ideas or more that you can turn into beats or compositions, or you can flip them, or you can send them out to people without limiting your time. You may have only created like 1 or 2 things that day because you were spending like unnecessary amounts of time tweaking things that don't necessarily matter. Now, if you think that theory is something that you struggle with and it gets in the way of your creative process, I've been uploading all of my project files onto my Patreon, so it's free for all of my members on there. Basically, if you're stuck or you'd like to see how I go about making melodies, you can go in there and deconstruct or reverse engineer how I do that, see what kind of presets that I use and how I sort of stack elements without it creating too much clutter. So basically right here is an example of what my Ableton sessions will look like. I made this idea in probably 20 minutes, if I'm going to be honest.